It's pretty much impossible to get excited about anything in Canada these days. That's because any metric you would use to judge the overall health of our country is going down. Everything from affordability to safety, even to life expectancy, is going in the wrong direction. So the natural question then follows. If Canadians don't trust the direction of their country, how can they possibly trust the government that leads their country? And the answer is, they don't. The polls coming from the legacy media these days have been absolutely devastating for Justin Trudeau. For the first time in his premiership of Canada, two key electoral voting blocks that helped him get over the line in the past 3 elections are slipping through his fingers. But if legacy media polls are not your thing, all you need to do is go to your local Canadian Tire parking lot on a Saturday night to see how Canadians really feel about their Prime Minister. Because just like the polls, it's not looking so good if you're Justin Trudeau. Drop a like in the video, help us out by subscribing to the True North YouTube channel. The comment question for the episode is this: has your life improved in any way since 2015? Let me know in the comments, and let's get into it. For the first time since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister, the city of Toronto is now electorally in play, and legacy media news outlets are ringing the alarm bells.
The numbers are not recovering for the Liberals, and the Conservatives have the advantage. And they have the advantage in a number of key battlegrounds where they're picking up support in Atlantic Canada, Ontario, and also in British Columbia.
Also worrisome for Liberals, Trudeau's personal popularity continues to ebb, with 28.3% of respondents saying Poilievre is their preferred choice for Prime Minister, compared to 23.9% who prefer Trudeau, and the NDP's Jagmeet Singh at 18.8%. Toronto has traditionally been a Liberal stronghold, but Nano seat projections show downtown could be in play, with the Conservatives also pulling ahead in key swing ridings in the suburban 905 area code.
Just take a look at this from Nanos Research. May 2023 projections compared to the 2021 federal election. Anything in black or gray is within the margin of error. And we're looking at downtown Toronto ridings. The absolute definition of Liberal strongholds are now within the margin of error for Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives. This is from Nick Nanos, the head of Nanos Research in CTV. Looking at this battleground like Battleground Toronto, I think the Liberals have to be thinking about their strategy and how they're going to try to hold on, because they are in a minority position already. Losing seats in Toronto just is fundamentally bad news for the red team. And there are some critical suburban ridings, the Mississaugas, Oakvilles, that are in play. Now, Trudeau doesn't even command the confidence of the Canadian people anyways. It's important to remember that in 2021, Trudeau was re-elected for a third time with the slimmest share of the vote in Canadian history. Trudeau received only 32.2% of the popular vote in an election that had the lowest voter turnout in Canadian history as well. When you put those two facts together, it doesn't exactly scream Canada's choice, does it? And general approval of Justin Trudeau, as you expected, is pretty hard to find. In fact, according to the Angus Reid Institute, Justin Trudeau's approval hasn't topped his disapproval since January of 2021. And as of March of this year, 57% of Canadians polled disapprove of the Prime Minister, with only 37% approving of Justin Trudeau. And according to 338, a poll aggregator, the Conservatives are on track to win the popular vote for a third time in a row. The odds of the Conservatives winning the most seats in the next federal election is up at 69% compared to the Liberals down at 30%. The other key voting bloc that seems to be slipping through Justin Trudeau's hands these days? Women. Justin Trudeau's popularity among women fell from 50% in December down to 43% in March. Now that does not tell the entire story about Justin Trudeau's plummeting support among women. The telltale sign to know when Trudeau is in panic mode is when he sends out his MPs to import American cultural debates over abortion and use it as a political weapon against the Conservatives. That's when you know Trudeau is in full-on panic mode. As Brian Lilly rightly points out in his recent Toronto Sun column, you know things are going badly for the Trudeau Liberals when they start talking about abortion once again. In Canadian politics, no one likes talking about abortion quite as much as a Trudeau Liberal. A recent Leger poll has the Liberals with 32% voter support among women. The Conservatives are statistically tied with them at 31% among women. A key part of the Liberal voting coalition is women, and right now, the Trudeau Liberals are not doing well in that category. They aren't even winning with young voters the way they once did. And if you want to get a sense about what this new strategy to appeal to women looks like by Justin Trudeau, well, here it is.
We are unequivocally and proudly pro-choice and always will be.
I'm pro-choice because it saves lives.
I'm pro-choice because I don't believe a man
or anyone has the right to tell a woman what she should do with her body.
I'm pro-choice because I believe everyone has a right to safe and affordable health care.
Because what happens to a woman's body should be her choice and her choice alone.
Because choice is choice.
As we have pointed out many times on Ratioed, the Prime Minister can't go anywhere in this country without getting brutally heckled and called a traitor by his own people.
To see it here, great to see so many people understand here. So many happy people here. I'm glad to hear that my son Xavier as well. I know
But a new phenomenon seems to be taking place, at least across southern Ontario. Groups of Canadians, mostly young Canadians who the data shows no longer support Justin Trudeau, you already knew that though, are now getting together in mall parking lots for F Trudeau parties. And as the name of these parties suggest, as Canadians gather in mall parking lots, they tell Prime Minister Justin Trudeau what they really think of him. Now, if any of you think that this is a regular occurrence for a Prime Minister in Canada, think again. Sure, no politician is loved by everyone. If you enter politics, you're going to be hated by some and loved by others. But there is, without a doubt, a special place in the hearts of Canadians for Justin Trudeau. A special place that is unmatched by any other Canadian Prime Minister. All you've got to do is compare the typical anti-Harper protester to a typical anti-Trudeau protester, and I think, well, it speaks for itself.
Harper's got to go, reshaping our nation with environmental ruination, love for big corporations, no respect for First Nations. The census form is shortened, scientists are silent, charities are losing funds while prisons are built and financed. Oh, Harper's got to go, reshaping our nation.
Who did it better? Let me know in the comments. The anti-Harper protesters or the anti-Trudeau protesters? All right, that's going to do it for us today on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Harrison Faulkner, and this is Ratioed.